21 injuries in the past 10 days for me between NFL and NBA. 21. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Shook. I go over NFL, I go over NBA, I make posts on a subreddit that is called DF Sports. I make updates throughout the day. It's very, very important to look at. As you can see here, Monte out, really like Goodwin, Claxton in, don't like Simmons, Adams doubtful, Clark, lock, Trey out, I really like Trent Forrest, Holiday the guard now looks good too, Culver and Jalen are viable plays, and Adrian Griffin looks good. Ja out, love Tyus Jones. So really important to keep up with that stuff. I make updates throughout the day when we get news after lock, etc. So yeah, if you make sure to come over here, talk strategy with the people. I'll answer all your questions too. If you ever need to get a hold of me, you can get a hold of me through Reddit Messenger, or you can get a hold of me on Twitter at Tory Langley 1992. Gonna cash in GPPs, but low own D'Angelo Russell, low own Damian Lillard. You guys want to see how many minutes they finished with tonight? Damian Lillard played 29 minutes. D'Angelo Russell, 30 minutes. Because of a random freaking blowout. A random blowout. Random blowout. Both on pace to break the slate. I was on pace to win the big money here. Like top 5. Huge money for me. Random blowout to kill my dreams. And now I'm only going to frickin' finish with a min cash. But this will be 4 straight days of profitable NBA days. But I'm punting it all in NFL because injuries every day. But going over my lineup tonight, Tyus Jones, Goodwin, Forrest, Durant, Okongwu, Damian Lillard, Brandon Clark, D'Angelo Russell. So the core that I had for today was Tyus Jones, absolute smash, Jordan Goodwin, absolute smash, Trent Forrest, very underwhelming, shot 2 of 9, but still fine, and Brandon Clark, smash, 4 out of 4 on the core, all of which reached 5x value or more. And then I went with the best plays on the slate, the best GPP plays on the slate. I told everyone in Discord, I think Kevin Durant's my favorite spend up. He pretty much outscored every spend up tonight besides Luka, but he was obviously much, much cheaper. And then Damian Lillard would have absolutely broke the slate if that game didn't blow out. So if you played D'Lo, if you played Damian Lillard, if you played Rudy Gobert, you got extremely unlucky tonight. Unfortunately for me, I had 2 in that game. So just fucking brutal, man. I just want one slate. Does anyone run worse? I asked that to myself. Does anyone run worse than me? If you can find someone that runs worse than I do, I will literally give you $1,000. I'll give you $1,000. If you can find someone that has had 20 injuries in the past 10 days, I'll give you $1,000. I'll give you $1,000. Straight up. I'll give you $1,000. But enough joking aside, let's go over this NBA slate for tomorrow. So it's not, it's a stupid one. The pricing is just dumb on the slate. I really don't understand it, but we have to go over it anyway. It's just going to be a really chalky slate. Draftkings is absolutely stupid with what they're doing over there at the price tags. Whoever is working over there deserves to be fired. They deserve to be punished. The Roto Grinder slappies also deserve to be punished. Shout out to my boy. You know who you are. Let's go over it. Sacramento at Philly. So tough spot here. Philadelphia plays slow. They play good defense, 26th in pace, and they are 4th in defensive rating. So Fox is questionable. We know what to do if Fox is out. Sabonis is going to get a boost. Obviously, it's a tough matchup, but this is what people don't realize. Joel Embiid struggles against bigs that can play on the perimeter. Sabonis is a guy that can play on the perimeter as well. Like, he'll shoot some threes and stuff like that. So I honestly don't hate the spot for Sabonis. Obviously some foul trouble risk, so he's going to be low owned because of the matchup. So I'm intrigued by Sabonis for GPPs. Fox, if he plays, I'm interested in, but I don't think he plays here. So we're just going to assume he is out. And then Herter, Barnes, Monk, Davion Mitchell, Keegan Murray are all going to benefit from that. I think Davion, assuming he starts again, is a good value, even though he's been god awful. If that's going to lower the ownership, then by all means, I'm going to hop right back on that train and just hope he has a good game, especially if people are going to be off him with recent performances. And then, like I said, Herter, Barnes are going to gain minutes. When you have going from Fox to Davion Mitchell, that's just a lot of usage to go around. So I think Barnes and Herter actually make for decent plays in the mid range. I don't have a lean. I think I prefer Herter. I think he just has much higher ceiling. I think he's the better point per minute guy between the two. But I think both are solid in the mid range. Malik Monk has been shooting god awful. Has only played low 20s minutes because of it. I think if he gets hot, there's definitely a path to him playing around 30 minutes. So I think Monk is a pretty good GPP play here once again. And then I don't think I'm going to get to anyone else. If you think Sabonis gets into foul trouble, you can consider like Metu with Alex Len out. Terrence Davis, I don't think we need to go there. Not playing enough. So let's go over Philadelphia. So really good spot here for my Sixers. Sacramento 6th in pace, and they are 17th in defensive rating. So if you think this game stays close, I don't really know how you don't play either one of Harden or Embiid. It's the nut spot for pretty much both of them. I don't see how you don't get to one of them. So love Embiid on the slate. I think Harden looks really good. Even under 10K is just too cheap. So they're both going to play about 40 minutes. Love both of the top two guys here for Philly. Outside of that, it's really hard to get to anyone. Melton exploded last game or 2 games ago, but that was definitely an outlier. Just not going to be enough usage at these price tags to really pay off. They got to be around. Melton's got to be like 5K. Tobias Harris got to be like 6.2K for me to really consider them. Shake, unfortunately, isn't playing as much anymore with how phenomenal he was, but can't go there. PJ Tucker going to play big minutes, but my God, has this guy been awful. He might have been the worst trade ever. Just kidding. We need his defense. Bucks. Sorry if that hurt your ears. Definitely apologize for that. Where are the Bucks, man? I thought they played fast. They definitely play faster. There's no shot. Bro, my eyes are playing tricks on me. Woo! 18th in pace. God damn. And they're obviously phenomenal defensively. Best defensive team in the league. So Steph in play for GPPs always has a ceiling. I think there are better spin-ups that on the slate. Andrew Wiggins is going to be out, so that's going to benefit Clay. It's going to benefit Poole. It's going to benefit Draymond Green. So all just fine plays. Klay Thompson's been very good of late. Been shooting extremely well. If you want to ride that hot streak, go for it. I think he's appropriately priced though. Tough matchup as well. So I'm not really into any of these Warriors guys, but they are fine GPP plays. Poole, he's probably going to play over 30 minutes. Just a fine tournament play for me. Draymond Green, probably my favorite play on Golden State. I think 6K is definitely an intriguing price tag. And I keep mentioning this, but he's been doing a very good job running that second unit. And that has increased his fantasy production as well. So I think Draymond might be my favorite play on the Warriors, to be honest. Kevon Looney, I don't think I can do it, but he'll probably play 20-25 minutes. Definitely don't like the matchup, but a playable value. And then with Wiggins out, you're probably going to see like low 20s minutes, high teens to low 20s minutes for Kuminga. Dante is going to be in the rotation. They're just darts. Prefer Kuminga, but I don't know if it'll be necessary to go to them on the slate. So let's go over Milwaukee. The Warriors are 3rd in pace. Bad defensively this year, 18th in defensive rating. So been attacking teams against the Warriors all season long. Drew is questionable. Chris Middleton is probable. So Giannis, I think, makes for a fine spend up. I definitely do prefer Embiid. Drew Holiday, if he plays, has been phenomenal. I've been extremely high on him every slate at low ownership. People have gotten to him in my Discord because of it. Yeah, I have no issues with Drew Holiday. Just, has triple double upside, an assist machine, a scoring machine. Gonna play big minutes if he plays. We're gonna have to monitor a limit though. Middleton, I like at 6K. Played 31 minutes 2 games ago. He got injured here. He's basically min price. I like him regardless if Drew is in or not. Even if they're gonna limit him to 30 minutes, I still think it's too cheap. So I really like Middleton. Brolo, no. Everyone else, no. Now, if Drew is out, then fire up all the Middleton. He's going to look phenomenal with no Drew. Giannis gets boosted as well. And then the secondary plays, I'd assume they start Javon Carter at the point. If that is the case, like him a lot for value. I think he would be one of the best value plays on the slate. And then going down a little bit further, Grayson Allen, Pat Connaughton, they're going to be guys that get usage bumps and minutes bumps as well. I think they would both be playable values. Definitely not locks or standouts, but definitely playable values. So let's move on to Phoenix. And what is Draftkings doing with these price tags? I don't understand what Draftkings is doing here. It's the nut matchup. Rockets are 15th in pace. They're just worst team in the league defensively, 29th. What are we doing here, DraftKings? What are we doing here with the prices with no Devin Booker and no Cam Johnson? What are we doing? What are we doing? So DeAndre Ayton, Chris Paul, Mikal Bridges all look phenomenal. Absolutely love every single one of them. I don't understand it. What are we doing, DraftKings, with these prices? I really don't understand it. So taking a look at the rotation last game, you just saw huge minutes for everyone. Bridges basically played the whole game. It obviously went into overtime. What are we doing? What are we doing? So Ayton, Chris Paul, Mikal Bridges all look like three of the best plays on the slate. Absolutely love Ayton. Absolutely love Chris Paul. Love Mikal Bridges. Campaign to place him along Chris Paul. I expect low to mid 20s for minutes. He's fine. Torrey Craig with no Cam Johnson, no Chris Paul. Yeah, I mean, played 36 minutes last game. I think he looks like a very good value play. Damian Lee at 3.5K played 34 minutes last game. I don't understand it. He looks like a really good value play. Dario Saric started, but he'll probably only play 15 to 20 minutes. He's playable. But what are we doing here? Absolutely love Ayton, Paul, Bridges, Damian Lee. And then Craig looks good as well. Like, what are we doing? Just chalk city. It's just so dumb. All right. Sorry, guys. Probably annoying. Phoenix 20th in pace, and they're just not the same defensively, right? Yeah, 12th in defensive rating. So, I mean, if you think this game stays close, Kevin Porter Jr., Jalen Green, both going to have big games here. I think both are fine GPP plays. No standouts for me. Second, minutes all over the place. Not the best matchup. I think I'll gladly pass there. Jabari Smith's minutes been up. He's just there for me. Just a fine play if you ask me as the last man in. Completely okay with it. I'm always interested in Terry Eason for GPPs just because he has such a high ceiling when he gets like 20 to 25 minutes and he's a really good point per minute guy. I don't understand why they're not playing him more. It makes absolutely no sense. Eric Gordon, you guys know the drill. He'll probably play around 30 minutes. Very reliant on scoring. I'm always fine if you want to play some Eric Gordon. So, yep. Really good matchup here for the Pelicans. Utah is just, they're so bad. 11th in pace and 24th in defensive rating. So, Brandon Ingram out. Herb Jones expected to be back. So, if you want to ride the Zion hot streak in a good matchup against Utah, I don't see anyone stopping him here. I really don't. Peripheral stats are up. Minutes are up. Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with some Zion. CJ McCollum finally had a good game here. I like him here once again. 6.9K is definitely too cheap with no Brandon Ingram. So I think CJ makes for a pretty good play. Jonas Valanciunas. Now, this is the nut spot. Utah has been so bad against opposing bigs. If you think, like, listen, if I knew Jonas Valanciunas was going to play close to 30 minutes at this price tag, he would be in my lineup tomorrow. So just know the minutes are always up and down. He got into foul trouble this game. That's why I only played 18 minutes. So minutes are always up and down. But I am very intrigued by Jonas Valanciunas tomorrow. Trey Murphy, not at that price, especially with Herb Jones back. Herb himself, no thank you. Larry Nance had a massive game because of Jonas Valanciunas foul trouble. Normally, he's probably going to stay in that low to mid 20s minutes mark. I think he's a solid value, but if he's going to be over-owned, I think we can definitely look elsewhere. Najee Marshall going to lose minutes with Herb back, so really hard to get there at that. Really hard to get to Najee. So, alrighty, guys. Pelicans 12th in pace and third in defensive rating. So Sexton's going to be out, so I'd expect they start Mark Clarkson, one of Beasley or Vanderbilt, and then Conley and Olynyk. So Mark Clarkson, I think, are two solid plays in the mid-range. They're both going to dominate the usage. They're both going to play close to 40 minutes. They're both sub 8K. I think they're both fine. Definitely prefer Markkanen now that Conley is back. Olynyk, just there for me. If Beasley or Vanderbilt starts, same thing. They're just there for me. And then I don't think I'm going to get too much else. Can't get that NAW at that price. Can't get to THG at that price. So not much else outside of the starters there for Utah. Really good matchup here for Boston. Lakers first in pace and 15th in defensive rating. So Tatum, Brown, I think both look good. Now that Brown is up to 9.2K, I would probably prioritize getting to Tatum, but I think they both look good. Guards have been absolutely killing the Lakers, so I think Smart is a pretty good play at 5.9K as well. Definitely do like Smart. And then Brogdon, White, they'll both play low to mid 20s minutes. I definitely do prefer Brogdon to White. Blake Griffin will start the 5, play the low 20s minutes. Yeah, solid value play on this slate. So let's go over Lakers here. Last team, guys. Boston, 17th in pace, and they're just not the same defensively this year. Where are they? 9th in defensive rating. So how can you not love AD? His usage rate's insane. Phenomenal rebounder. He's going to absolutely baptize Blake Griffin. I don't know if that's a word or anything with the word for it, but destroy Blake Griffin. I think this is a phenomenal matchup for him. I like AD a lot. Now, if you ask me Embiid or AD, I can't tell you, but I love both a lot. LeBron at sub 10K is definitely interesting too. I think he makes for a pretty good play as well. Has shooting forward, power forward eligibility, so that's good. Westbrook, no thank you. Getting to anyone else is extremely hard. I will mention Schroeder. He's fine. He'll probably play around 30 minutes, but really it's just LeBron and AD for me. So I hope this helped you guys out. If you want to join my Discord, I'll have a link to that below where I have in-depth videos going over each slate, player pools for cash GPPs, and much more.